Okay, good day everybody. Mike here. This is just a quick shout out to the Zincmaster, Andy79Z28. If you want to know anything about casting zinc, that's the guy you gotta check into. The channel again is Andy79Z28. You can find him on the Reloading podcast, which is on YouTube on Tuesday nights. You can find him on Uncle Jim's chat on Saturday nights. And, there's probably a couple other chats that he's on as well. You know, there's so many chats going on these days, but Reloading podcast and Uncle Jim. And he has his own channel, of course, as well. Anyway, this is a couple of Saeco casting pots that I bought a while back to do zinc casting with. This one is one that I've used so far just for lead, but it's an old pot, but it works great. Anyway, at the same time that I bought this one, I also got this one. And I've taken it apart so I could clean it a bit, and it's a long-term kind of rebuild project. But it has, whoever, I assume it broke down at some point in time in the past, and whoever owned it was smart enough to keep the guts, not realizing that they were going to come back to be useful again someday. And I'm not sure if it's exactly the same size as the Lyman 61, and this one that's out of view now is Saeco Model 24, but it's not marked Model 24. It just says Saeco on it. So when you're rebuilding one of these things, of course you need a new heater, for the bowl here. And Andy was mentioning that he needed some measurements and he'd have to take apart one of the pots to do it, but I happen to have one that's already stripped, so holding the string right here in the corner, right under the top edge, we come to here. Just want to get these measurements for him. Okay, so that looks like it's just under 11 inches. And that's from right here to here. And now all the way across to where they're touching, just in case that's, what he needs. Pretty well right on 12 inches. Now that's at the widest end. At the bottom end, it's going to be a little bit smaller because it is tapered a bit. Okay. That measurement is about 10.5, and that's from here to here, so add another ½ inch, so 11 inches all the way around right there. Now a couple other measurements in case guys are rebuilding these and they need some info. Center to center on the mounting holes for the thermostat looks like about 2.75. Outside depth of the bowl, just a smidgen over 4 inches. And then may as well get these measurements too, just for fun. if you want to calculate how much. I think these hold about 8 pounds of lead, but okay, 3.287, so call it 3¼ inches across inside diameter. And then depth, .11, so call that 4 inches deep. So 3.25 by 4 deep. And I assume that's all Andy needs for the band clamp measurement. But we'll take one other measurement here too. A lot of guys like to use the telescopic, or not telescopic, but you know, the little laboratory adjustable shelf, which Willie Bulletman was using, and I think Ganley and a couple others, maybe James Pollard. You need enough room when that thing's down at its lowest setting to fit your largest mold in there. So the measurement from the bottom of the spout to the base of this stand is about 4.25 inches. So then you can measure the thickness of your mold. Let me just get one here and show you what I mean, just in case. So that you can measure, you know, I don't know how close to the spout you like your mold, but you know the range now, or you can calculate the range that your scissor stand needs to be, because I think they come in different sizes. Okay, so that's that. I guess we'll get an overall height here. You know, if you're going to put it, well, you're not going to put it, I guess you can put it under an air vent or something like that. You're going to need space, so from the bottom of the base to where the handle will clear for operational use, looks like you need about 1 foot of space to clear between the bench and the vent, if you're going to put a vent over top. Anyway, I just wanted to shout out to Andy, and hello Andy. He's a great guy. He says hello on the chats all the time, and if you're looking for info on zinc or you know, or lead, I'm sure he'd help you with that. So have a great day, everybody. Mike out.